So if you're wearing a heel, what happens is it puts you in a forward position. Therefore,
What's up? 筋肉翻訳です。さあ今日はスクワットで使うシューズのかかとの高さでの筋肉の使われ方の違い、見ていきましょう。スクワットのために少しかかとが高いシューズがあることを知っていますか？ざっくり言うとこれによってしゃがみやすくなると言われています。今回はそういったシューズを使うことによって筋肉の使われ方が変わることについてアレックスさんが話をしてくれています。早速見ていきましょう。どうぞ。
Coach, what should I do? Should I wear a high heel shoe for squatting or flat heel shoe for squatting? Well, my answer to that is pretty simple. If I first see you squatting, I want to see you squat with no shoes. I want to see you squatting barefoot, and I want to see if you have a proper foot mechanics. The most important thing when looking at your feet for squatting is not what kind of shoe are you wearing. It's what you're doing with your feet. Are your foot mechanics optimal? Are you screwing your feet out into the ground? Are you clawing the ground with your toes to create that proper tension at all the right places? You should have 3 points of tension underneath your feet. On the outside of your foot, underneath your toes, and underneath your heel. Now what happens is if you wear shoes with heels all the time, you compensate and you don't feel the ground as much. So somebody that does have either valgus problems or toes coming up or heels coming up, you won't be able to assess those issues because they'll just be compensating with the shoes that they're wearing. So first things first, before answering you, I have to see your squat and I have to look at your feet and see what you're doing with your feet. That actually came from a lot of what I learned and I'm teaching with the squat mechanics actually comes from our good friend Chris Duffin. And it's worked wonders for my coaching, for my technique analysis for my clients. So kudos to Chris, thank you very much. So first things first, look at the foot mechanics. Second, let's see what happens when you wear a heel underneath with your shoes. So if you're wearing a heel, what happens is it puts you in a forward position. Therefore, your knees can track forward more as you're going down. Therefore, you can stay more upright. So somebody that has stronger quads would potentially benefit from squatting in high heel shoes. Somebody that's more posterior chain dominant would probably like to be closer to the ground as opposed to being up high and place more emphasis on the quads. Now, having said that, it's actually a good tool to use as a variation exercise to work on those weaknesses that you have. So somebody that's extremely posterior chain dominant, but that has quite a weakness in the quads, the knee extensors, will benefit from using those squat shoes and being more in an upright position and working on those quads more. So that's the main difference between the squat shoes, the flat shoes, and the heel shoes.
さあ、いかがでしたでしょうか？四頭筋優位か後ろ側が優位かによってシューズを履いたとしても筋肉の使われ方がさらに変わってくるんですね。僕はもともと四頭筋優位なのでシューズなりでかかとの位置を高くするとより四頭筋が働くようになります。なので自分がスクワットをした時に前と後ろどちらが使われるかによってシューズを選ぶといいかもしれません。みんなはトレーニングの時シューズはこだわりますか？コメント欄で教えてください。僕のトレーニングシューズはいつもコンバースです。最後まで見ていただいてありがとうございます。感想や動画のリクエスト、チャンネル登録お待ちしています。ではまた。I won't look back when you're around. I won't think twice when